Welcome back. It's Where Boro Walk again. We've got Will and Jonathan back, and we're delighted once again, to be joined by the incomparable Invictus Ryan. How are you, Ryan?
I'm very good.
Boring, yeah.
Yeah, not wrong. Yeah, it's not much happening at 6 a.m. here in Australia, but 2 weeks of not being hurt by my club will be great.
Yeah, some might say it's a blessing in disguise. Not having to watch Boro for a week, but let's jump back into it now, because we are heading to the end of the season. And at this point, we always ask what should happen with the players out of contract and the loan players as well. Let's jump straight into it. Let's start with, some of these will be very quick, I think, given our previous conversations. Let's go Illing Jr., Jonathan. What should happen with his end of when his loan is up?
I don't see him staying, and I don't see much demand for him staying. It's pretty simple. He's not demonstrated too much yet. I think he blames the pitch. I got to say, against Luton, I've never seen someone miskick the ball as much as he did. He was slicing it all over the place, and maybe that was the pitch. I don't know, but I don't see anything yet from him that would suggest he should be staying at all.
All right, let's go next down the list then. Ben Doak, Rye. It's unlikely, possibly, that he's going to be given up.
No, Ben Doak is an absolute superstar. The reason we had such a good run was because of Ben Doak. His injury absolutely crippled us. Everything coming down that right was just turned to gold by that superstar. It's funny how you can rely on a Scottish 19-year-old so much in Ben Doak. Look, he might have the chance because of the injury to come back on loan again next season. I could see that happening. There's no way we could afford a permanent. I would think he's 30 mil-ish around there, if not, upwards. So, look, I would propose another loan. I think if Carrick stays, I think that would be definitely the way Kieran Scott and co would be going. But it's just obviously going to be what type of staff we've got in before we even look at that. But Ben Doak 100% has been a superstar for us this season. I'd love to see him again on a loan next season. I don't think a permanent's within our grasp.
Ian Atcher, Will.
Absolutely not. Looking at that, I cannot believe he's 28 years old. He plays like he's 20 years older. He's not been fit. He doesn't look sharp. He doesn't have a position. He sort of just roams around and gets in people's ways. He's been sort of playing in that Azaz role. They've been kind of playing as 2-10s. In the last game against Luton, he was just invisible, really. So yeah, I've not seen anything that I've been impressed with.
Okay. Now, our Hull City fans will be taking much interest in your answer to the next one here, Jonathan, because they are delighting in the fact that Ryan Giles has not been doing very well for you. What should happen with him?
Yeah, tainted by nostalgia, so he's not come back with much aplomb, but we know what he did a couple of seasons ago. So emotionally, I'm quite attached to him and what he did. And obviously, he works for Carrick well. He hasn't done so far. Jury's out, to be honest with you. I like Borges is doing well. He seems to have given Borges a right good kick up the arse, having another left back in town. And, Borges has come on leaps and bounds in the last few weeks. But we need another left back. 60-40, yes.
Okay. Mark Travers, Ryan?
Yeah, he's got to stay. He honestly, this bloke could save a family from a building. Honestly, it's incredible what this guy can do. Obviously, there is questions around his distribution. Middlesbrough obviously play out the back, frustrating to everyone. But so his distribution isn't up there with the likes of Seny Dieng and that. But the big question is obviously what happens with Seny Dieng if Mark Travers does stay. What happens with Sol Brynn as well? I think Sol Brynn, who is one of our own, got a big future as our number one. I think he'd still be there, and I don't think we would have seen Travers had he not dislocated his shoulder. So for me, Mark Travers is a big yes, but whether he's willing to battle for that spot with Sol Brynn and probably Seny Dieng, I'm not sure unless he leaves in the summer, it would be the big question. But Mark Travers is a fantastic goalkeeper, fantastic shot stopper, but not the best with the distribution.
Okay, good stuff. And then Will, Dick Steele.
Absolutely, yeah. I have been and I still am a big fan of Dyke still. He's been at the club for quite a long time now. I think he might be one of the longest servants, other than just seeing Howson. Although, yeah, when he gets forward, it's quite funny to watch. Really, he doesn't really look like he has a clue what he's doing. But those marauding runs when he gets into the box, he's scored a couple of goals this season. is a sight to see. And I thought he was impressive in the last game against Luton. I thought he did a good job, and I thought on the whole the back four was okay. And I'm a big fan of Dyke still. I'd like to see him in a Boro shirt for 1 or 2 seasons.
And then to all of you, Howson, obviously, his contract is up. He'll turn 37, I think, coming to that next May. What do you all reckon?
Yeah, he's staying till he's 60.
One more year.
Yep.
Yeah, one more.
I think we need his know-how. I think there's a certain naivety in this Boro team, and where we need experience. And it was only one moment, but I'll put the one moment against Luton where he demonstrated that he can think above the model Carrick wants them to play in. And I think Doak, even though the other end of the spectrum, was that kind of player too. Rice said he brings something different to the team and was the reason we were winning. I'm not saying Howson's the reason we're winning, but he's got initiative. And he's got bottle, and we lack that. And he's got game. He knows how to play the game, So I'd go. Yes, I'd want him to stay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Now, of course, if you disagree with anything that any of the lads up here have said, you know what to do. Drop it in the comments down there as well. Ryan, we've loved having you these last couple of weeks, especially getting up really early for you. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we can bring you back at the end of the season for an end of season debrief. That'd be great. And if you don't follow Ryan already, then you've been missing out. Go and subscribe to his channel, Invictus, on YouTube. The link for that is down below, and also follow him on Twitter as well. And while you're doing that, you can press subscribe on our button at the same time. Have a good week, everyone. We'll be back here, of course, next week to review the weekend's game. See